the 26th incarnation of this amazing convention. Who's been here all 3 days? Let me see it. Let me see it. Wow, it's almost all of you. Amazing, amazing. That means this con can go on forever, forever. I know these tickets aren't cheap, so thank you very much. My name is Ming Chen. You might know me from a little TV show called Comic Book Men. But thank you guys. But more importantly, I'm a returning, I think 4 or 5 time returning guest at Planet Comicon. So that's a huge honor. I love this convention so much. I love Kansas City so much. You guys are amazing. And so I'm a 90s kid. I love the 90s. When I think about the 90s, I think of Super Soakers, Tamagotchis, Spice Girls, Thigh Masters, Buffy, but more importantly, a little TV show called Beverly Hills 90210. And TV history changed on October 4th, 1990, when we saw the Walsh family travel all the way from Minnesota to Beverly Hills, and we learned about their adventures at West Beverly Hills High School. And but for me, while everyone was paying attention to Brenda and Dylan, I was more focused on the original 90s power couple, Donna Martin and David Silver. I took all my lessons from them, and I think all of us did, and we became the better for it. And it's my honor to bring the 2 amazing, legendary actors behind those 2 characters. Please give it up for Brian Austin Green and Tori Spelling, everybody! Come on out here.
Hey. Hello, hi. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Wow, it's
Hello,
a
Kansas
good group.
City.
I'm surprised because nobody is out there. But you're all in
They're
here.
all in here.
They're all in here.
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay. This side.
Left or right? Okay. Yeah, I was like, wait, do you have a good side? It's all good. It's all
Right?
good.
I know.
It's so
I
good.
do have a good side,
Yeah, all of it.
in my opinion. Aw,
All of
thank
it. Oh, thank
you.
you.
I like.
I have mine
side.
as this side.
It's
It really is.
I- it's a great side.
Yeah.
So
It is pretty good.
yeah. Question. I know we do a lot of these conventions. We have a pretty legendary guest lineup here at Planet Comicon. If you go back in the green room, you'll see like Pam Grier hanging out with like Anne Margaret and Christopher Lloyd. It's pretty amazing. But I know, you guys have had some pretty awesome lives where you've met amazing people.
Yeah.
The question that always comes up is, you guys ever get starstruck? You ever get flustered? And we try to play it pretty
For
cool,
sure.
right? Pretty
For
cool.
sure, yeah.
But Tori, I believe about a week ago, you were at the iHeart Music Awards, and you were like,
You're like,
you. I know
Wait,
you.
who was it?
You keep it pretty cool, but who did you flip out over a week ago?
Billy Idol.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm so, and I've met a lot of people over the years, and from my dad and everything, but like I fangirled out so bad I could barely keep my shit together. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Like-
you're good. There might be kids, but they're from Kansas City. They know.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Hey. 25 cents. Put it in the jar.
Put it in the swear jar. Yeah. What was it like meeting?
You
Billy
guys are
Idol?
going to get paid then if that's the case.
Did you get the selfie? That
I did. I took a I know. I felt so weird. And yeah. But Anne Margaret met this weekend. Took a picture with her. Christopher Lloyd last night. I went over to his
Yeah.
table. I was so nervous.
Yeah. She was flirting with him, so she had a much
I
better experience
was.
with him than I did because
Yeah.
I don't have boobs, so I couldn't pull,
right. But you got that.
I feel
backside.
sexualized right now.
No, you did it. You
may
did what you had to
proceed.
do,
I did. I caressed his hair. I complimented his glasses. And then I went
I did
and
all
said,
that,
"May I
and he
have
was
a
like,
selfie?"
hand sanitizer. Get away from me.
Stop.
That's amazing. Do you have a favorite Billy Idol song? Both of you. I'll start with you though. Do you have a favorite Billy Idol song? I know there's so many. Billy Idol song. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
White Wedding is.
White Wedding.
You've got his. You should ask the crowd what their favorite.
Wow, I should.
Billy
LA
Idol songs
Woman.
Yeah. Amazing.
I think being starstruck for us is interesting. Like I always find myself getting starstruck over the people that I loved when I was a kid.
Yeah.
because those are the ones that you see them in person. You're like, oh my God. Like for me, when I met Tony Hawk, because I grew up skateboarding.
Yeah.
And I had met everybody at this point, and then I meet Tony, and it was like, oh, forget it. Like I skated on his boards. Yeah, I had like 5 of them when I was a kid, and it was like surreal to meet him.
Yeah, that whole crew is legendary. That's
Yeah, really cool. Yeah,
all the guys were in the Gleaming the Cube movie.
Yeah. All the Bones Brigade guys. Yeah, for sure.
That's amazing. I think
Powell
a lot
Peralta
of them
kids.
are doing conventions now. So
Are they?
Yeah, you may run into them for sure.
I ran into Stevie Caballero when it was like 2nd or 3rd season of the show, and we were at like a charity auction or something like that.
Yeah.
He was there with his wife, and he walked up to me, and he was like, oh, my wife's a big fan. Can she take a picture? And I was like, no, you're Stevie Caballero.
Oh.
Like, you can't. I need a picture with you
Yeah.
before this happens.
I
Like,
feel terrible. I don't know who that is.
it's okay. Skater.
No,
Yeah,
that was
you-
a hint. Like, who is that?
He's a skater.
Oh.
Yeah, you still
really?
don't know who he is.
Is he single?
I just told the story of that I took a picture with his wife. She doesn't ever listen to me. This is not new. She does not listen to me when I speak. I'm like the parents in like
we've
the
been married
Peanuts cartoon.
25 years. So at some
How
point,
crazy is that?
You don't hear them anymore.
So
you know?
2025, David and Donna got married in 2000. They're the Silvers. It's their silver anniversary.
Right.
Just, one of those, like,
So poetic.
the way that it all came together is gorgeous, beautiful.
And you're now a silver fox, so you know.
So poetic.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Brian, I just saw, I believe you were in Australia not too long
Yeah,
ago,
I was.
and you guys did something, was there a 90210 experience?
Oh, yeah,
together
so
over
it
there?
was, so I've only been to Australia now twice in my lifetime. I was there 2 years ago. So my fiance is a judge on Dancing with the Stars out there. So we go out with the kids and we make it this family thing. And this time while I was out there, we put this sort of experience together because I hadn't really spent any time meeting fans and doing that in Australia.
Yeah.
So we found a local charity that really made sense. Left Right Hook is the name of it, and it's there for women that are survivors of sexual abuse when they're younger. So it's kind of to help them go through the system and rehabilitate themselves a little bit and move forward. So we did this really fun kind of meet and greet thing, and I did a Q&A up on stage like this, and we raised a lot of money for the charity while we were doing it. It was great.
That's amazing. And what's fandom like in Australia? It's alive and well, super strong.
Fandom is really. It was interesting for me because I've never done it. I hadn't spent any time there before, but incredibly kind people. I mean, Australians are. If you haven't gone, go. If you get a chance, Australia it's such a magical continent. It really is.
Yeah, that's amazing. And speaking of Australia, did you do some Masked Singer?
Oh, I did Masked Singer in Australia 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iconic. What was that like?
It was. Tori did it also.
I did.
We've both done Masked Singer in the U.S. and in Australia.
Yes.
And she's a much better singer than I am. I think you lasted longer, right? You lasted longer on both of them than I did. The one in Australia, I was eliminated first night because I was that good. They were like, this guy cannot be around because there's no way anybody else is going to best him in this competition. So they wanted to even the playing field. So
You're a
kicked me out.
singer.
I'm not a
Yo.
singer.
What do you mean?
Yo.
You got me in the skater vibe.
It was fun though. Masked Singer is a really cool experience. Like it's an amazing
You guys
show
have heard his album, right?
that they run. They like 2 people.
Give it up for Brian's album, everybody.
the other ones are like, I didn't know he released an album. It did really well, just not in Kansas City.
Not too late. It's not too late.
Right. I'll be performing later with JC Chazé. We have a whole thing going on. Nobody knows he's here,
Oh,
but
see?
yeah.
That
That
excites
gets
them.
that
Yeah,
right.
well,
that gets a reaction
move.
out of people.
Yeah. Speaking of singing and music, you guys had a lot of iconic bands on 90210.
Oh my God, did we ever?
So many. The Flaming Lips, the Cramps. I've list here. Let's see who we
We
got
had
here.
like Luther Vandross.
Yeah,
we had
the Cardigans. Color Me
Christina
Bad.
Aguilera performed
Oh my
Genie in a Bottle
Yeah.
before it was on
Yes.
radio. Like it was 90210 was sort of the release of her.
Maroon
Adam
5.
Levine was,
Yeah.
on,
Oh, he
but it was
wasn't
before.
Maroon 5.
It was
He was-
before it was Maroon 5. It was called like Brandon's Flowers or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Wow.
We had tons of people in the After Dark.
Yeah, we started a lot of people, you know.
I had no idea. At that point, I would just get excited when people came on. I had no idea that record companies were excited to get their artists on the show because of how many people the show reached. Like I didn't, my young brain didn't understand the math of that. I was like,
Same.
to me, I was like, oh my God, we're so honored to have you.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Thank you so much. And they were like, no, you have no idea. Like I was working with Babyface at the time, and he came on the show, and I was like, thank you so much for doing the show. It's so, and he was like, are you? And that single that he did on the show was his biggest single to date for his solo project, and it brought it back. Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
That's amazing. And then there was Jasper's Law as well, which was a pretty amazing band.
Yeah.
Maybe give them some credit as well.
Okay.
Was there anyone that blew your mind that came on musically? And
Oh my
not
God, we got to see the Rolling Stones.
So I didn't.
Oh, that wasn't you.
No. Isn't that shitty? That's shitty that she would do that, right? That she would like, knowing that I didn't see them. You know that I didn't see them. Come on now.
We did 10 seasons. I don't remember what.
You remember everything. What are you talking about?
I do. What was it? Wait, was that during a time period where David was cheating on Donna, or?
So we'll sit like this.
yes, sir. How?
Wait. Character
I don't know.
David was cheating on Donna. I'm not David. This is not Donna. Those were characters that we played. For me, Luther Vandross was the big one. That was the exciting one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Cause.
Dave. Brian Setzer Orchestra was really fun because that
Ooh,
was like
that
this
was
whole.
cool.
It was
Yeah,
during the swing dancing
That
era
was
when
rad.
that was really big, and so we got to do a little bit of that on the show. That was fun.
Yeah, so you guys were kind of the original influencers back in the day. You had some acts on, and everybody they would take off after they were on your show.
I guess so, right?
I
I guess. Yeah.
And speaking of influencing, both of you are conquering another media format currently. You're both podcasters.
We are.
Yes.
Huge podcast. Who's subscribed? If not, pull out your phones and subscribe right now.
Yes.
We have Misspelling and an Oldish taking the podcast world by storm.
Yeah.
Why did you guys decide to start
Please
podcasts?
download and leave us 5 stars.
Yes, and leave a review as well.
Right. Even if you didn't like it, leave 5 stars. We
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
5-star reviews.
Yeah.
You don't have to say anything. Just put a 5-star.
Yeah. Why did you guys start podcasts, and how's the experience been? I'll start with you, Tori. Why did you decide to start podcasting? How's the experience been? Your very first episode is very real and raw. Like you go right into it, and it's
Thank
been
First
you.
one was from your bed, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going back before that, I mean, there's also 9021 OMG that Jenny Garth and I do, where we rewatch. Okay, see that we rewatch the show, and then Misspelling, which I did do from my bed, which I still like to because that's my safe place.
Yeah.
And my
it's
first
super easy,
episode,
too.
I was
It's like you
I
don't
was
have to-
scared, I was nervous, I was talking about being on my own for the first time, getting a divorce after 18 years, and it was pretty raw. So I was like, that just felt safe. And when you did the show, you were like, did the podcast, you were like, by the way, I'm not doing it from the bed. Remember?
I specifically. I remember.
Specifically said that.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
didn't
going to
ask
sit
you
on
to
your
do it
bed
from the bed.
and do your podcast. So we sat on my couch.
We did.
My house.
Correct.
And did our podcast.
It was just I like to try new things, and I feel like you're always evolving in this industry. You got to keep up or get out.
Yeah.
So different things happen, and that was just another form of connecting with people. And we started at a time. I mean, we started 9021 OMG, where it was just after the pandemic, I think, or during it.
Yeah.
So it was Zoom, and it was just a way of connecting with people and just feeling, kind of bringing nostalgia back when we did that one, because we're like the comfort food. We're like the mac and cheese of your lives, no? 90210? It's like home.
You guys are like the burnt ends, okay?
Yeah.
You're here in Kansas City.
Oh my God, I had a burnt end sandwich the other
So
day.
good.
And?
I don't know, you guys. It wasn't the best one.
And thank you, Tori.
Yeah.
No. Last time I was here in Kansas City, I had one. It was amazing. This one just wasn't. Lowe's?
Where did you go?
See,
You did it at the hotel. You had burn ends.
Yeah, you gotta go to Joe's,
Lowe's.
39, Jack's Tag,
Yeah.
Slabs, LC.
That's where
Lowe's is a
Lunch from
hardware store in
yesterday.
Los Angeles, by the way.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be getting barbecue at a Lowe's anywhere.
What's the one you just said? Cute. No,
Q39.
that's where we had lunch from yesterday.
Yes.
The barbecue. Oh, that was
That was
amazing.
really
Yeah,
good.
that's one of the
God,
best.
that was good.
That's the best.
The cream corn, the baked beans,
Yeah.
the potato salad,
Yeah,
pulled pork. Sorry,
yeah,
I like food a lot.
yeah.
I get super excited.
I love how passionate she gets.
So passionate.
She saw the Dole Whip. There's
There's a
the
truck or
the
something.
truck
Yeah.
inside the thing.
God.
Dole Whip. Like she just. It was like a werewolf film or something. It was unbelievable what happened to her.
It's hard to get that outside of Disney World. So yeah, you see Dole Whip in the wild. Yeah, you gotta get it.
Gotta get it.
you.
Yeah.
You gotta get it.
Okay.
You gotta
Alright.
get it.
Oh, sorry. Your
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, but definitely subscribe to Misspelling. You're doing the one thing that makes a successful podcast besides being real. You're being very consistent. I think you're almost at 100 episodes, right? You have so many episodes.
Oh.
But okay.
I'm misspelling?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
Because you've only been doing misspelling for
Yeah, a year.
a year.
Is that
90210 OMG though. You
Oh,
guys
yeah,
have
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah, I got to throw it to you. Oldish is amazing. You just wrapped season 2. Why
Right.
did you decide to start? And
So-
how's the experience?
So I started a podcast called With Bag. Thank you.
You got
Years ago. That was a long time ago. Probably 8 years
Yeah.
ago. So we went all through the pandemic, and honestly, at that point, I had been on a few different podcasts for shows that I was on. There was a Smallville podcast that they had asked me to come on
Yeah.
and talk about. And then there was a podcast for Terminator, the Sarah Connor
Yeah.
Chronicles, that I was on a few times. And two of the guys that were doing those podcasts reached out to me, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to do your own?" I was like, "Yeah." What does that entail? I don't know. So we started doing it, and it was just really fun at that point. It was nice sitting and just being real and being in the moment, and then knowing that people were listening
Yeah.
to it. And it's one of those things where there almost becomes like an addiction to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I really love connecting with people and sharing with people and talking about all the stupid stuff that's going on in my head,
Yeah.
because somebody's going to care about hearing it, or nobody's going to care, and then nobody listens to the show. So I love doing it. I have 3 now that I'm doing. I have Oldish. I'm doing a new one called Rewind, where we rewatch old films and TV shows.
Yeah.
And we talk about those. So I'm doing that with Pete Ferrero, who does the 90210 podcast with Larry Mullen, and then we're bringing With Bag back.
Amazing. Well, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. And one of your co-hosts on Oldish is Tori's brother.
I know.
Yeah.
Tori's
that's-
younger brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he used to. the idea came to me for the show. I followed him on Instagram, and he's a life coach. He's been a life coach for 17 plus years now, professionally. He lives in Portland, married, 2 kids. Like he just took a complete left turn from the life that he was living.
He got out.
In Los Angeles.
So lucky.
And I used to do guest on a radio show in Los Angeles called Love Lines.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It was on
yeah,
K-Rock.
Yeah, Dr. Drew and
Drew and Adam Carolla. And so in watching his stuff, I was like, it'd be really interesting to do like a Love Lines version for podcast.
Yeah.
So I reached out to him. I was like, hey, have you ever thought about doing a podcast? And he was like, people approach me all the time. It's not really something that I'm into.
Yeah.
So we talked about it, and then I was telling the idea to Sharna, and she was like, that sounds great. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I have a co-host.
Yeah, so then we ended up doing the first season on iHeart.
Yeah.
And then we really had a dream of going more towards the video side of it, and then eventually taking it kind of on a live tour and doing things like this and having people be involved in the audience and asking questions and getting into some, really deep stuff.
Yeah.
Like we go hard in the paint on the show. Like we don't hold back at all.
Very real.
Yeah. So we're now independently producing it. We started with season 2, and now we're about to start season 3, and we have some amazing guests.
That's me. Any teasers or any dream guests?
Dream guest, honestly, would be like a Michelle Obama, or that's a tough question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, stay tuned, everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
you'll see all those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's go to some audience questions.
Sure.
We get any audience questions up
Great.
there? There's a microphone right up here.
Right where the spotlight is.
Yep. Jump up,
It's
line
amazing.
up, and speak clearly into the microphone and make them great questions, my friends.
Make them great
you're
questions.
Up first,
No
my friend.
pressure.
You're up first, right into the microphone.
What's the
please.
first great question?
Yes.
It is a great question. My name is Margaret.
Hi,
and
Margaret.
Hi, Margaret.
First of all, super awesome to have you here.
Thank you.
I grew up watching the show. I don't even remember how old I was, but I was in high school. And so some of the themes that you touched on in the show, like, for example, Donna, your character with Ray, and the dating violence that you encountered. And I know Brenda worked with Andrea on the rap line. How did you prepare for that sequence in the show? And also, not knowing what came before, do you feel like talking about those difficult issues on the show helped pave the way for maybe future discussions about those topics? Because I feel like they're things that are overlooked a lot.
I'll speak on that, and then you can speak on your storyline, which I think our show touched on all sorts of things and really broke ground with a whole new genre of what is now on television. I mean, we were the first primetime drama about kids and kids' lives, and we followed right along with the school year and the life years of our audience that were watching. So when it was summer break for you guys, it was summer break
I remember
episodes
that.
for us.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, like we really tried to stay on schedule with that. I give a lot of the credit to the writers. Like they really, and your dad, I'm sure he had a lot to do with just making sure that we were staying true to what was really happening in the world.
No, it was really important.
And people, and I think it's one of the things that people connected with most.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like we were so young. I personally didn't see it in the moment until I was older and was able to reflect on what we did and the topics and issues we tackled. And I was like, oh my gosh. And now just, rewatching the show on our podcast, it's like, wow, we really went there, and it really stands up. I mean, I'm raising teens now that were the same age, that our characters were, and they're going through the same things, and it's just, it was amazing. But tackling like the topic, like you say, of, Ray and the relationship, I didn't prepare for any of those issues. I think it was just we were working so much and it was coming so fast. Like we were doing like 17-hour days sometimes, and we would do like 30. It's unheard of. What?
We did 35 episode seasons, so we
34.
actually shot 34. So we shot 2 episodes at the same time. So
Double
we had
ups,
2
they
directors,
called them.
2 full crews, 2 scripts going. So we would shoot some stuff from one episode, go next door to the other stage, and shoot stuff from that also.
Or a location, and they were worried. We were like so sleep deprived that during double ups, remember they would provide a car for us because we drove to set every day ourselves. But it was just like
Hence the crystal meth storyline for me. That came, I didn't have to do much preparation for that. I was actually doing crystal meth at the time just to get through shooting. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Never happened. That
Joe.
never happened. Do not
Lighten
put-
up, Kansas City. Come on now.
he was sleep deprived, but not on crystal. meth.
Burn-ins and meth. You guys know about that out here, right?
Joking. Don't put that
But-
on Instagram.
Yeah, but
Thank
just
you.
like diving into those storylines, like you just put yourself into them and kind of went for it. Okay, we're done with this question. Sorry.
Thank you for
Great
your
question.
question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She's out of the spotlight.
You're
You took the first hit. You did an
Next.
amazing job. Pressure's on. Great question. Come on, the bar's high now for you.
right into the microphone. Your question.
Hi, I'm Annie. I met you, Brian, yesterday.
Yes. Hi, Annie.
Hello again.
Hi.
Hi. I grew up watching both of you on Lifetime movies. So, what is your favorite Lifetime movie that you ever done?
Oh my goodness. So they weren't Lifetime movies when we did them. Like we were in the 90s, everything was movie of the weeks. So the big networks would do these things. I haven't done anything for just Lifetime now, but
I have.
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But you mean Lifetime, when you say Lifetime, it's
The
kind
films from then that are
kind of
now
like
on
a
Lifetime.
genre.
Right. Yeah. I think my favorite one that I did was with Tiffany, because we were
I
dating.
loved that
we were
one.
dating at the time. We did it in Austin, Texas, which was just amazing. It was just this fun kind of getaway for us. It was a cool experience. I loved it.
Thank you.
Thank you
Oh,
very
wait,
much.
do you want me to answer?
I would.
Yeah,
yes,
come on,
please.
Miss Lifetime movie. I'm sure you've got a bunch of them.
Mother May I Sleep with Danger, duh.
That is the title. That's like probably my favorite title I've ever heard
Ever?
from a Lifetime movie. Mother, May I Sleep
More
with
than
Danger?
co-ed call girl? Co-ed call girl?
Yeah, see, it doesn't roll off the tongue the
I
same
know,
way.
you're
Mother,
right,
May I
you're
Sleep
right.
with Danger is just, it like embodies to me what a Lifetime movie.
The original. I love doing the reimagining with James Franco, but I love the OG one.
You did a reimagining with James Franco?
Sure did. Imagine
You did Mother, May I Sleep with Danger 2? Like you did a sequel?
Imagine getting this call. My manager, Ruth Ann, who's here, driving one day and the phone rings and she's like, you got an offer. And I was like, okay, cool. What? And she's like, James Franco is partnering with Lifetime to do a reimagining of Mother May I Sleep with Danger. And he wants you to play the mother this time. But there's a twist. It's going to be a vampire lesbian take on Mother May I Sleep with Danger.
How did I not know this?
And I
This is
paused.
why I love doing these panels and these conventions, because like it brings me up to, that's the greatest
I
story ever.
paused
Oh my
for a
God.
second, processing James Franco, Mother May I Sleep with Danger, Lifetime, lesbian vampires, and I went,
Brilliant.
you had me at offer. You have
Yeah.
an offer.
It's brilliant.
Right?
So
Isn't that
good.
crazy?
If I got a call and it was like, yeah, we want you to play like the parent of your character from the first, oh, it's so great. And James Franco's gonna, and it's now a vampire. That's amazing.
I know what I'm watching tonight. I guess
Right,
you two are
exactly.
gonna have a
So,
watch party.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. How are you? Your question right into the
Hi.
Hi.
Oh,
My
I
name-
love your sweater. You look great in green.
Thank you very much. That's very sweet. My name is Callie, and I
Callie.
grew up watching Beverly Hills 90210. I watch reruns now. In fact, I listen to your podcast, and I watch reruns now. And just that opening music still gives me goosebumps. So it's just an honor to be here, and I really thank you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, your
But
question.
My question is, what is your favorite or most fun storyline that you ever did on the show?
Wait, you better say one that involves me.
Well, no, you're doing the show where you're rewatching, so you actually. I haven't watched many episodes of the show, like seriously. So my favorite storyline didn't involve me at all. I loved when Matthew Perry was on the show, and he had the whole storyline with Jason Priestley, the suicide. I loved that storyline.
Great episode.
I think the fact that we at that period in time touched on mental health that way, I think is so. Again, it was just so forward thinking of your dad and the writers, and it was a problem that I wasn't really aware of at that age and at that time. Like I knew of depression, and I knew that people have tough days, and I didn't really understand mental health the same way. So that for me, that was my favorite.
You know what? I just thought of this. I never even say this one. When we got to go back with our grandparents, and we filmed, and it was like the 1940s, and you and I played like.
Oh yeah,
and
we
June
did
Lockhart played my grandmother. It was my
Yeah,
grandparents,
yeah.
right? And we got to do
We shot at the train
swing
station,
dancing,
yeah.
and yeah,
It was cool.
that was really fun.
Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Excellent question. All right, step on up, sir. You're tall, but right into the microphone. You might have to bend over a little bit.
How are you doing? My name's Randy from Kansas City. Thanks for being here.
Hi.
I got to do a Q&A at Disney World with Gabrielle Carteris many, many years ago. I asked her who was the biggest prankster on the set. She couldn't come up with a certain name, but she said that there was a scene which was, it was a show being filmed at a baseball diamond where it was the biggest prank that she witnessed. And it,
Go on.
okay. It was the male members that were the ones that doing the prank.
The base.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
It involved bearing some skin.
Are you asking them that they remember this?
They're probably intentionally not remembering this.
I can. Yeah. Right. Fact check that one. Look it up. It's got to be online.
Had to do with the moon.
With the moon. Okay.
Moon?
The scene wasn't actually being filmed. It was the guys decided to moon the female stars.
I don't know.
Not true?
So Jesus, I have no idea what that is. I know for me, Ian was the biggest prankster on set, and at one point we were filming at the beach club, which was just kind of Santa Monica. It was the beach right there, and it was a massive beach, like between the street and the water, and we had a volleyball set up, and they would kind of rope off the area probably 150, 200 feet away for fans to kind of hang out and watch where it wouldn't get in the way of what we were doing. So we're playing beach volleyball, and Ian decides to pants me wearing a bathing suit. So I had nothing underneath it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Facing me. So yeah, and so the crowd, everybody saw. It was It was a glorious day. It was a glorious day. I've never felt freer in my life.
Wish I had been there.
In spirit, you were.
Prankster? I don't remember anyone being pranksters on set. Oh, I did love, I was young, I didn't know this happened, when Luke would light his farts on fire. Remember?
It wasn't just Luke. It was literally all the guys.
All the guys?
we would have
I
a
didn't know that.
competition to see.
I didn't know that was a thing. And Luke's like, look, you want to see something? I'm like, cool, okay.
We were
And then
kids.
I'm like,
We were kids.
I
Okay?
was blown away.
These are the things that kids do.
The
Light
nine-
farts on fire, do stuff like
Pass the time, you know.
the 90s were a wild time.
the
kid.
90s were a
Those were a
wild.
wild time.
Thank God the paparazzi and the internet did not exist
yeah.
at that time. Thank God.
Thank you.
Like we would go out in Los Angeles
I-
to places and there were like two. Oh, did you get a response?
Yeah, I have an answer for you.
Oh.
She's not entirely sure, but she thinks it was Luke and Jason.
All right, there you go. Official
Okay.
answer.
All right.
There we go. Sorry.
So there were like two photographers in Los Angeles that would kind of follow us around, but they were really polite. Oh, can you guys like pose for a picture? And then they would have to go and develop them, and like Peter Parker, then sell them to a magazine a week later.
Yeah.
Except
for that one time.
when we flipped
At
off the camera,
Roxbury,
it was the same two photographers that just happened to be
Really?
out front. Yeah, we saw them. We were like
We were up in the
drunk,
VIP.
and it was myself and Tori and Shannon and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
And there were tinted windows on the top floor of this club. So we were like, oh, this would be so funny. Like they have no idea we're up here, and we're like flipping them off. We're like, this is awesome. And then like a week later, the pictures were everywhere, just like clear as day. Like there was no anything on the windows at all.
Aw. I'm grateful for that picture. I
Okay.
love that picture.
Fantastic.
It is.
There's that time.
I love the story of it. I like
Yeah,
being
I
able to look
know.
back on it and go, I remember. I remember taking that picture, and I remember thinking we were so awesome.
So cool.
Thank you. Your question right into the microphone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
My name's Sarah. If you're wondering if I am a fan, the answer is 9021 yes. And Brian, you actually totally set up my question. So I love the fact that technology allows us to be so connected. It allows me to go listen to your album when I walk out of here. It allows me to stream your podcast in the car during my 2-hour commute to work as a federal employee now that I am just having to do. But one of the things that I loved as a kid with the show is that there wasn't social media.
Oh, our show wouldn't have existed if you could fact check it.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
we were like,
'Cause
we
that was
made
my
up
question.
90% of the things that were going on. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
nobody could tell me what to like, right? Like, I watch something, I love it, and then it gets panned, and it's like 2%
For sure.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
So how do you think the show would have been impacted had it been made even 10 years later, once there was social media?
I don't think it would have. Me personally, I don't
Really?
think it would have worked the same. I really feel like it was just a perfect storm at that point. It was Beverly Hills was this area that was incredibly well known, yet you couldn't really research it. So people outside of it had no idea what it was, other than this magical city they'd heard of. It gave us freedom to really kind of play within it and create schools and beach clubs and things that didn't really exist when we were doing it. Now, again, you could fact check all of it now, and I think people would be like, this show's ridiculous. But that's just me. Abs, yes. You
I
feel a
disagree.
different way.
Well,
Okay.
I feel like the pilot, the first episode, definitely was a different tone, and kind of they showed like kids pulling up to school and valet and things like that, and really, but beyond that, I feel like it was pretty accurate. I don't know.
Okay.
No.
I was more wondering, like, if
look.
you thought that
So
the show
weird, I
would have
keep
been
hearing it from here, and I keep
influenced
looking
by,
over here, but you're
like,
there.
people's opinions on characters or people's opinions on relationships, or the
Oh
like,
yeah,
if you guys got
think that would have been what we were doing on the show, what Shannon was going through. Like I think it would have just horribly impacted what it is we were doing, because the show was so massive at the time, and people would have been all over digging up dirt and finding things. That's just the way media seems to work. It's they sell stories with you being great until those stories stop selling, and then they need something new. They need some new sort of headline and some new hook. And yeah, with a show like that one, it just would have been a crazier ride for us than it already was.
Well, my next podcast is going to be fact-checking every episode of 90210 now.
That'll be a really good one. I would actually listen to that.
It'll be
podcast.
me
I would love
talking
it.
to myself on my bed. So.
Okay.
I mean, personally, I think it works so well because of the group of the actors. Like, we all had such a real bond and became such a real family that, to me, I think it would have worked in any decade. I don't know.
I am all
'Cause
about
we really
a
loved each
reimagining
other.
with vampire lesbians as
Right?
90210 characters.
For sure, and James Franco.
Oh my God!
Like,
Give him a
come
call,
on.
Call him up.
Come on, Lifetime, let's go.
Let's call James.
Get
Thank you
James
guys so
Franco
much.
on board and let's do this.
Yeah.
Thank you. I got time for one more. Make it a great one. You're
They've all been great. I don't want any of you to feel like your question was less than great.
yeah. Go for it.
Hello.
Hi.
My question is more of a gamer video game question because I know y'all have kids. I'm new to the world of Mario Kart and I'm having a hard time beating my husband in the game. Do you have
Are you
any
serious?
yes, I keep coming in second all the
I
time.
love this question.
So,
I love what's
I can
happening
only
right
win
now.
1 out of 4. So do you guys have like a character recommendation or a vehicle recommendation that
Strategy
you
tips?
use?
So Yoshi on the bike seems to be the quickest.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then you just gotta bomb the hell out of him. You have to be throwing anything you can get on the track at him. And then just like actually hurt him personally. Just take him down for a minute because so much can happen. It's like basketball. So much can happen within like a 10-second period of time.
It's getting intense. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Save those
Such a
red
great
shells.
question.
Save the
I
red
love
shells,
that.
everybody. Thank you.
Oh, wait, one more person. And 2 and 3 and 4. Hurry up.
You gonna do one more?
Just 3. Yes, please.
Yeah, let's
All right,
do
let's
it.
do one more. Go for it.
I mean, we can end on Mario Kart.
No.
But
Let's do what you
Yeah,
want to
go
do.
for it. You step up to the mic.
Hi, my name's Kim. It's nice to meet you guys.
Hi, Kim.
So I was early 20s when I started watching you guys because I'm a little older in the crowd, I think, so I wasn't quite the kid. But your show still had a very big impact on my life. I watched it religiously, never missed an episode. And this is back in the days before DVR and all that, as you guys know. So you had to be at home on time, take
Right.
your potty breaks on commercials, and never miss anything.
Right. Shut
So-
everybody up in the room when it was
Right.
going on.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Appointment TV.
So in 1995, I actually won a radio contest because of your show,
Okay.
because I never missed an episode. And it actually allowed me to begin college because I was able to correctly answer a show about Brenda and Dylan. And I took criminal justice classes. I ended up and got my degree. So 4 years ago, when my son was killed, I was actually able to
Oh my
get
God, I'm so
involved
sorry
in
to
the
hear that.
process of criminal justice. And I've just started a nonprofit. And I wonder if you guys know or knew back then when you started the impact that you would have on different people's lives when this show started. Like if you knew you could change so many lives when this was presented to you as kids.
I had no concept at all. I started acting when I was 9.
Oh, okay.
So it was honestly like when 90210 came about as just a pilot, it was just another job that I was kind of caught up in the rat race of what you did as a young actor. I had no idea the impact that the show would have. I don't think any of us could. We were so disconnected from the world. Again, there was no social media. There was no way of really connecting with people. We would do these like mall appearances and stuff, but none of the kids that were showing up at those malls were asking us deep questions about, hey, how's your life been? None of that. It was, so it's not really for me until now doing these conventions that I'm really realizing the impact that we had. And when I run into people and they use the term like icon or iconic show, it's crazy to me because during the time I didn't understand.
That's crazy for me when people call you an icon.
I know, right? I didn't understand it.
All right, you do you.
I mean, Tori, you grew up in it though, so when your dad brought you this, you had to have some idea of what this kind of thing does for people's lives and how it impacts, right? Like,
I didn't. Again,
Really?
I mean, we were 16 when we started the show. I knew my dad did great work. Again, you know, I wish my dad now, I could talk to my dad about all the impactful TV he made. But as a kid, or even in my 20s and early 30s, like I didn't get it. And what Bry's saying is true. It's not till now, and having kids of our own and seeing like, wow, meeting people and really seeing the impact that it had throughout their lives, we're able to appreciate it in a different way. We enjoyed our time on it.
You don't understand until you have kids what it means to have a show that as a family you can sit down and
it's
watch.
rare.
It creates discussions. Because I would hear that and I'd go, I'm never going to sit down with my parents and talk about the show. But now that I have kids, it's like I yearn for that, for us to have things in common, and things to open up discussions and prompt things like that.
Well, I think that's why your show was so impactful, because of the storylines and because of the writers and what they delved into and didn't shy away from some of the hard subjects.
Yeah.
It made it so people stayed engaged.
It was
And again,
it was
we didn't have the
interesting the
distraction
audience
back then
we
either.
had, like, because we had the young audience for sure, but I think once the parents realized the value of what it is we were doing, then it became more of a family TV kind of situation than just kids watching a show and going, oh, it was great. No, the dance and the thing, and did you see the shoes that he was wearing, or the dance moves, or the stuff? It became much bigger than I think anybody had intended, because it became a bridge for parents and their kids to find a commonality, a thing to talk about every week.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for everything you contributed.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Good luck with your studies. And, speaking of impact, 35 years later, you're still impacting people out there, impacting people here at Planet Comicon.
35 years later.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor. And you guys will be at your table all day today?
All day.
All right.
All day.
So, if you didn't get to a
So
question.
we'll see you there if we haven't met you in
please see them.
person
Please
yet.
go say hi to them. And,
We're huggers, so please come on up. Give
Yeah.
us a hug.
And subscribe to the podcast, rate, review, tell all your friends. But thank you guys so much for being here. It's been a huge honor.
Thank you, guys.
And
thank you for having us.
I love that you guys are here at Planet Comicon. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Tori Spelling and Brian Austin. Great, everybody.
Thank you.
Don't move yet. We're going to get a photo. They're going to sit up right here. So. Move the couch, set up the ladder, and then we're going to have you guys all go nuts behind us.
How fast that time goes, right?
Too fast.
When you're up here talking, it's like, oh my God, it's
Wait.
over. You still have your microphone.
I don't know.
You can hold it. You can hold it. All right, everyone, guys, go nuts. Go nuts here. You're right here.
Everybody
Yep.
come together.
Yes, come together. Make it, fill up the frame. You're in the middle. You're in the middle. Yeah. All right, go nuts, everybody. Go nuts. Awesome. We got it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Go see the other tables. Have a great day at Planet Comicon. Oh,
Wait for it.
oh, wait. Don't leave yet.
Red Bull gives you wings.
All right, take two. Take two. We need one on the phone. We need one on the phone. Oh. Go nuts. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
A friendly reminder, Planet people, please, no video recording or flash photography, or you may be asked to leave. Thank you.
I can't. Please!
Up the road, there's a place stuck in time.
Every time we die, the night restarts,
Stuck in time.
and something new is trying to kill us.
Stuck in time.
Oh my God. Is to make it until dawn.
Until Dawn, in theaters April 25th.